Now, to get used to the idea of being upside down, one of the best tools we can use is the headstand. It gets you used to feeling upside down on the floor, but you have 3 points of contact with the floor rather than just your 2. It's a lot easier to stabilise it. So if we're going to go into a headstand, we're going to use a tripod headstand, which means effectively you want to have your forehead on the floor and your hands about shoulder width apart, fingers spread in this kind of position, that kind of distance. So we start off, we place our hands on the floor. Again, just as with everything, you want to think about ripping your hands into the floor, trying to twist the floor apart, and you're gripping with your fingertips. So you're pulling your fingers into the floor, trying to make sure that you have contact and you feel the balance point is somewhere on these knuckles here. Yeah? Again, we're just looking to control through here. If you think about it when we go into the handstand, if your body tips that way, it's your fingers pressing into the floor that can correct the balance and bring you back this way. When you start to fall backwards, you're pushing the heel of your hand into the floor to step you up, to push you the other way. Just like with your feet, if you fall forwards, if you lean forwards, feel how your toes grip. When you lean backwards, it's much harder, but your heels try and grip as well, okay? So when you lean forwards, toes press into the floor. When you lean backwards, the weight goes onto the heel of your foot. When you're on your hands, when you topple over this way, then it's your fingers that stop it. As you come backwards, you're pushing it into your heels. So that's why having good wrist and finger strength is important. We're going to start to feel that a little bit now when we go into a headstand, okay? So we're going to come into this position where we have our fingers pressing to the floor. We're going to put our forehead on the floor in front of our hands, okay? We come up here and we come into a tuck. And then what we're doing is bringing our hips up, so our hips are over our shoulders, okay? Stay in a tuck position to start off with. We want to keep weight on our hands, gripping that floor so it's not just all on our head, and then from there we can extend. Again, we're going to rotate our femurs, squeeze our glutes, point our toes, make sure we have that posterior pelvic tilt, we have weight in our hands, and then we're going to come down under control, feet to the floor, and come back up. That's your basic headstand, okay? Again, if you've got a partner, a training partner, they can stand there and they can see that your hips don't go too far forward and help you get into that position if you're not confident with it. You can do it up against the wall, but if you've got a training partner, it's a lot easier.